or required citation style, or submission of format, abstract style, everything will be different from publisher to publisher. Like Scopus, Pinger, MRL, these are the different styles are there. Accordingly, we have to go through it. But when any preliminary research is there, this means that the reading background materials to see whether enough prior studies exist or not. It helps you narrow down your topic and identify possible research gaps, which will be most important for us to know everything in detail. So when you have to going through the choose any topic, always try to choose a narrow topic. When another example, I want to give women empowerment in India. This is a very broad topic what I am saying, because in India women empowerment work has already been there. But when we have to concentrate only one topic, it is related to that the impact of women empowerment in rural Odisha. When we have to confine it, so it is easy to do the research on it. But sometimes what will happen, people are forcefully doing the research. But this is not applicable to all. When we have to do any kind of research forcefully, it will automatically not give us any satisfaction for this research. Always you have to go through your interest area to do a research. It will better, it will give you the immense pleasure also to satisfaction level is there when you have to publish your paper. Now come to the second one. Perform an initial research. Search for background information to help refine your topic and develop a solid thesis statement. This helps to confirm that there is enough existing research to support your paper. But when you give some thesis outline, a single line that expresses the main argument of the focus of the paper. But after that, when we have to prepare a detailed outline, this outline is like a roadmap. It helps you organize your thought, argument, and supporting evidence in a logical order. Once your outline is ready, you can start gathering sources like your journal articles, books, conference papers, and authentic reports, which will support your paper. Next, create a concise statement that summarizes the main argument or point of your paper. The thesis statement guides the paper and helps readers understand its focuses. Then only when your some draft is ready, where you simply express your ideas without worrying too much about perfection. At that time only we will focus on the thesis statement. Then only come to the create a detailed outline. But we have already discussed, when you have to give some outline of your paper, you have to first organize it. Organize your points and supporting some evidence into a logical structure. A detailed outline ensures that all key issues are addressed effectively and helps with the flow of the paper. When we have to do or move to your first draft, where you simply express your ideas without worrying too much about perfection and polish your writing for clarity, grammar, coherence, and referencing. Its details will come after your creating detailed outline. Then gather and evaluate sources. In conducting both and the depth research to collect comprehensive information from credible sources such as academic articles and scholarly journals, you should also evaluate the reliability of your sources. But when we have to begin writing the paper, the following our outlines, which have to focus the stages should on articulating all your points and ideas without getting bogged down by editing or perfection each sentence, which will be polishing your writing of clarity, grammar, coherence, and referencing. So as you see, research paper writing is not a single action. It is a process of thinking, reading, writing, and rewriting. When any kind of final topic is coming, It will be relevant, researchable, and ideally original topic is there. It should neither be too broad nor too narrow. When you finalize any topic, first of all you ask yourself three questions. Is it something I am genuinely interested in? Or is there enough literature and data available? Or can I complete it within my available time and resources? If the answer is yes to all three, then your topic is the good for you also. Then come to our literature reviews. After selecting a topic, we have to give some background information related to your topic. Then come to the literature review part. Sir, my screen is visible what I am sharing. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. Then come to the literature review part. As we all know that this is not just about summarizing other people's work. It is about understanding what has already been discovered and identifying what still needs to be explored. When any kind of topic we have to choose, we need that what is that people have already doing their work. We just understand what has already been discovered and identified what still needs to be explored. But a good literature review rely on creditable sources like some academic journals, books, government reports, and conference proceedings. So always try to avoid random website or blogs. When you have to reading or take notes on what each study says, its methodology, findings, and limitations. Always you have to organize your review thematically, group similar studies together, and point out where they agree to disagree, agree or disagree. When argument is arise in your literature review, always you try to point out whether it is agree to your topic or it will be disagree to your topic. Ultimately, in literature review should lead to research gap, the space that your own study will fill. It also helps you build your conceptual framework, showing how theories are variables and related to your study. As one researcher states, a good literature review does not just tell what has been done, it shows what needs to be done. Already what has been done, it is the part of your research. But what you have to be do in future, that is your part of your research. This is all about the literature review which will be coming after your selection of your topic and after the background of your study. Then come to research questions, which is the most important part of any research paper. Research questions. Why we are giving research questions in any paper? That when we have to do any kind of research paper, it shows that what are you trying to find out? What are you trying to find out? Or formulating our research questions, objective, what we want to find out. The research objective express why you are studying it and what you hope to achieve. What is your question and why you have to ask some questions about it. Your research question should be, how does access to microfinance influence women decision-making power? This is one example here I am saying, and I am giving some example of research questions. Suppose I have selected a topic that is the impact of microfinance on women's empowerment in rural Odisha. Okay, and here I have chosen the questions that how does access to microfinance influence women's decision-making power? If really it will give effect to taking the decision-making power of a woman when we are giving access in the microfinance. Likewise, you have to add more and more research questions according to your paper. But when something, the most important part of research question is that According to our research question, we have to frame our objective, and according to our objective, we have to frame our hypothesis. On the basis of your research questions, we have to make the objectives. But what kind of research question will be there? It is a research question is systematic research question or unsystematic research question will arise. What is systematic and what is unsystematic? That kind also will come. Everything will come to our mind. What is our research question? What I am asking? It will be effective to our paper or not? So different kind of issues are coming to our mind when we are taking research questions. Then come to research objective. It is the objective is the most important part of any research paper, because in objective we have to finding in our objective we have to go through our research design, methodology, findings. It will only depend upon our objectives. So when you have to prepare our research questions, I have prepared my research question on the basis of that. How does access to microfinance influence women's decision-making power? In these questions, I have made the objective that to access the role of microfinance in enhancing socio-economic empowerment among rural women. Always remember one thing, that when you have to create or prepare any kind of objective, it must be very specific, measurable and researchable.
Ma'am, sorry to
Yes,
disturb
ma'am.
you.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, your screen is not visible. It is very smaller view of your screen. Please, can you share it in full view?
Okay. Now it is in full screen?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Academic matter or any departmental matter?
In objective to access the role of microfinance in enhancing socio-economic
Ma'am,
empowerment.
can you take the slides back from step 1, please?
Okay.
Little bit.
This is selecting a research topic. Okay, which I've already discussed. Again, I want to discuss it.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now this literature review part. Then come to research questions and objectives. In this research questions and objectives, always try to do your objectives. It will be very specific and measurable and researchable. If your objective is not specific, then it will be very difficult to prepare an article, because it will automatically be engaged by all and all. After research question, we have to prepare research objectives. After research objectives, we have to prepare the research hypothesis. After hypothesis, we have to make the analysis. Our analysis is purely depend upon our hypothesis. It will be open for all the social science researchers. Then come to research design and methodology. This is the most important part of our research, which is the fourth step. This is methodology, which defines how we conduct your research. There are three main approaches, that is your qualitative method, quantitative method, or mixed method. There are three main approaches are there. We have already discussed qualitative, quantitative, or mixed method. In qualitative research, it will focus on exploring meaning, experiences, motivation, our behavior. Okay, it has been analysis through different interviews, focus group, or content analysis. But in case of quantitative analysis or research, numerical data is there. It will be through survey, experiment, and questionnaire method are there, and some statistic analysis are there in your quantitative method. When we have to use mixed method, it is the both of qualitative and quantitative. But when this sample tools and data collection techniques is there, you also need to define some sample where we have to go through who or what are you studying. And your data collection tools such as questionnaire or observation checklist or interview schedule. Come to the first of questionnaire. In questionnaire or survey method, First things which you have to do is that it is a open-ended question or closed-ended question. What kind of question you will ask to your respondent and what they respond. According to their responding, we have to create some data. After data collection technique is successful, then only we have to do our analysis. For example, I am giving some 100 women beneficiaries using structure questionnaire. Okay, suppose I have given 100 samples, 100 women beneficiaries of microfinance program in Odisha. For example, you have to clearly describe your variables. What are the variables are there? How you will measure them, and how you plan to analyze your data. These are the all things you have to measure it and clearly mention in your paper. Otherwise, your paper may be rejected. Some ethical considerations are also important. That is, especially when working with women participants, always ensure confidentiality and informed consent. Whenever any data you have to collect from your respondent, you have to got the clear data. If you don't have the clear data, then your analysis will be very difficult to do the analysis. Clear data means when you have to go through the 500 respondents, but sometimes what happens among the 500 respondents, only 232, या फिर 252, या फिर 300. Likewise, respondent will respond your questionnaire. That means your data will be out of 500, you have collected 300 data which has been responded by the respondents. Another 200 will be your misuse of data which is not used. That means you have to write that I have taken the 500 respondents. From that only 300 data has been collected properly. So the methodology section is the heart of a paper. It is strong. Your entire research stands firm. If I will go through the research design and methodology, it will not ending in your paper. Okay, so we will move on to next slide. And data analysis and interpretation. Nowadays, different apps are there, softwares are there where we have to use the data analysis. So use statistical tools like SPSS we are also using. Strata also you are using for finance. So specifically finance people are using Strata. Different softwares are there where we have to go through the data analysis and interpretation. Once your data is collected, it's time to analyze, and the type of analysis depends on your research design. What is that research design? This most important part. In quantitative studies, we might use statistical tools. Already I have discussed. Someone has doing the research through Excel also, SPSS also, Strata also, R software is there. Okay, different methods are there where you have to calculate the averages, mean, median, mean deviations also we are using, correlations are also calculating, regressions are using, ANOVA is using, t-test, z-test, everything is using according to your hypothesis or according to your objectives. That does not mean that whatever I am saying, we have to use the averages, correlation, regression, z-test, t-test, everything I will be apply in my paper. No, this is not actually correct. According to your objectives, what is your need? Accordingly, you have to apply the test. But in your qualitative studies, we might use the thematic analysis. It will depend upon the patterns and meanings in interview responses, where we have to present our data through our tables, graphs, chart. Different parts is there where we have to read, can easily visualize the result. After the data analysis and interpretation is there, we have to interpret the result in light of objectives. When the interpretation part comes, is the most critical part in your paper. Interpretation means explaining what your findings are there according to your objectives and a literature.